McIntosh stated how she looked at every situation differently than someone else and how whites might have more privileges. She explained how white students never worried about not being around any other white kids. I never really thought about it, but at my school, Lake Zurich High School, there were only a couple colored students, so white students were used to seeing each other.
I went to a different high school and there was a lot of white students also, but everyone got along.
Do you think it was something to do with the way we were raised? I guess if you considered my childhood privileged, I always dreamed of having a career I loved, a nice car, a husband, and a home. This may be stereotypical, but maybe colored children never dreamed of those things because they were not privileged. What other things do you think they dreamed of having when they got older?
Yes, in some ways, but also it has things to do with parents and how they chose to raise their children.
Do you think it's fair that we're being the ones criticized of being racist? The author describes how whiteness is considered to be normal and other races like Asians, African Americans, Mexicans, Jews, etc. are not.
I'm sure any other race would think that they were normal just because it's what they were used to. I don't think it necessarily does justice to say that we are the only ones being racist. What do you think? Well, I see what they are saying, but I think that this can be directed towards everyone. Whites do not have power. It depends on the person. Some colored people believe that they have power over all whites. It really is just based on the person, their experience, and their personality.
McIntosh also explains how we need to be educated by allowing whiteness to interact with other races instead of trying to be in control always. I really think that this is being racist and stereotypical because not all whites think this. Dyer also believes that whites are categorized as being before all other races and thinking all other races are animalistic. I really don't think whites think this. Maybe some people, but maybe they have reasons to thinking it. Do you think it depends on the person?
Yes, I partly agree. To me, they seem like whites think that they can be only with other whites, doing what other white people do. Times are not like that anymore, though. Races mix all the time. Some people just may have problems with it, and other people may not.
Dyer demonstrates that whiteness is becoming strange. At first I was confused and a little taken back when he said that, but after looking at my classmates' responses and situations, it made more sense. I can see how it may be weird to make jokes about our own race, like, you know you're white when all you do is tan, you know you're white when you wear yoga pants and Uggs every day, you know you're white when you go to Starbucks. He explains that white people should study whiteness and its visual media representation. Have you heard of these jokes and do you think other races do it?
I have heard these jokes, and I don't think it means any harm because it is true. That's how people perceive white girls in that age. Other races probably do that with their races too.
So then do you think it is a bad thing how we describe ourselves, or is it a humorous manner?
It is humorous, but when it's other races, I think that it can be a little more tricky being more careful what you say because it can trigger different emotions when you get into other races.